Hello guys, how are you? Oftentimes when buying rebuilt drive shafts, you do not always get this treatment of having everything new and everything in excellent condition and quality. So today on this video I advise you not to buy any rebuilt transmissions or drive shafts, because most of the times what I see is a complete lack of quality parts, even sometimes not the correct parts. Then you want to put a correct boot, for example, like this one, it will not fit here or there, like here or there, okay? So on this video today, I will use the proper parts to rebuild my drive shaft of my SW, my 156. This one over here is clicking for a few years now. And this one, just fall out. And this one has a tremendous amount of play, as you can see. So this will cause a very severe vibration when accelerating. I do have a video how to diagnose vibrations. It is down on the description. I also have videos how to remove a drive shaft, being this style over here or the bolt type. And I really do have a lot of stuff down on the description that can be useful for you. On this side, let's replace this over here. And on the other side, let's replace here the tripod and see if this part over here does not have any wear, so we can use it or not, okay? Later on the video, I also will replace here the seal for the gearbox where the shaft meets over there on the gearbox, okay? And so again, how to test for play on any drive shaft. Very simple, just hold down to the shaft and you want to see the torsion motion of this area over here. Very severe, very bad, and can start to create problems on this side, on this outside part too. In Portuguese it's called the glove, so I don't know if it is called that in English. So to remove, you can destroy, well, the boot is destroyed already, and you can destroy these clamps. And yes, a $20 or euro boot can mess up completely a hundreds of dollars or euros drive shaft. Sometimes it does not come off like this. It has some grooves, some dimples that stop it to come out. So you have to hammer it out. So now we want to remove the tripod, or you can cut the boot to work better if you want to, okay? The important thing is to do things step by step, because there is a thing over here that I keep forgetting and I want you to know about that. On the other video that I did about the other style of drive shaft, the other one with the bolt side, it had also a tripod. Yes, it had, but this area over here was not with this clip. It was a little bit different. So I had to remove everything from the other side. If you want to know about that video, it is down on the description, okay? About the gearbox oil and how to remove that, it is also down on the description. Make sure it does not fly away, the clip. Now, sometimes it goes out by hand, sometimes you have to hammer it out. This one I cannot quite remember. It comes out. Let's remove this. Remember what I said about the axle boots? It is, for me, the worst job to do. Very messy. So a few years ago, I found out a shaft with a very strange problem. I had a plate just like this, and I thought, well, it is a tripod. Yeah, it is. It wasn't. It was. It is over here. This one is from a 159. It's way bigger. What happened was, the splines over here on the shaft start to move, start to break off, and I had a play on the splines themselves. Very strange. I never thought I encountered something like that, and I did. And well, I have to find out another shaft. It was a used one, So I did the repairs as it should be done, with a new tripod, with a good used shaft, and the other side was also very good, so the problem was solved. If you are having your car with a lowered suspension, these kinds of repairs will be very frequent. Unfortunately, it is also my case. Mine has a factory lowered suspension, so this will happen quite a bit. Now, do remember that this boot over here has these dimples that fit in snugly into this side of the part, okay? So you want to insert this in, but you want to keep it able to be rotated. So we have here an area where you can put on the boot, but just like the other one, maybe we have to, maybe it has to be somewhere else. Maybe, you'll see. Problem is with the lowered cars, this wood over here tends to, because the transmission shaft is a little bit shorter because of the suspension work, and it tends to be just like this, and it cuts very rapidly if it is like this. If it is like this, more stretchy, not too much, just a little bit more stretchy, it tends to be a little bit longer duration. This procedure, like I told you on the other transmission shaft, is factory. The factory said that. Use the boot on the other step next to the normal step. Now it's time to make sure that your old and new tripod are the same. So I believe it is. Just want to make sure to measure it quite well. And normally one is enough. So you put over here your old and new tripod next to each other, and the measurements are correct. Okay, so it can go in. Now you have another style of tripod from the, I believe, the 2.4 liters 159 156. It is a little bit bigger on the bearing side, but the shaft thing is the same. Okay, this over here is very interesting, this tripod, because it has on the same one 3 different plays. This one over here, very small, I'm doing like this, okay. The next one is a little bit bigger, and the third one, oh my dog, very large play. Just it comes out. This is oval, not round anymore. Now insert this all the way in. If you are not able to insert it, use a very large socket and hit it with a hammer. I will try to simulate that. I have here a 30mm socket. It has to be large enough not to interfere with the splines, but not so big that it does not fit here on the tripod. But this one seems to be really, really nice. Also, you have a side to the tripod. The tripod over here is tapered on this side, and on this side it is not. So the tapered side goes into there. Okay, does not matter the position of the tripod, like this. Okay, you can pick and choose whatever spline you want. Okay, now the clip. Where are you? Very nice. Now the boot has to be clocked in order to meet the bearings. Okay, just like this. It does not need to be final, just needs to be near. Now let's clean all this up and see if it is savable. So yeah, now I have a very severe problem. Because I am always postponing things on my cars, this part over here is garbage. It has a lot of wear on the inside. As I pass my finger, I can see the grooves and dimples and holes. If I cannot find a part, a spare part, a new one to put in here, probably I will have to do all over again, because I still will have play on this one. Okay, so on your case, if you are having these dimples over here, beware of that also. There and there. If you have problems with vibrations, please do it right away. Don't do it like I do. I have this vibration for a long time now, for years really, and I was always thinking tomorrow, next week, next month. No, this is garbage. As I figured that one out, so I called for a new part, see if it is available. And while I'm getting the answer, let's get on to the other side. How should I do this? This also has some play. Let's try like this again. I will have to cut this one because I want to have access to this area over here. This is the new style. This one does not have a clip ring all around like the other drive shaft that I did. This one will have to come out by force. Careful not to cut yourself. This is still the original joint. 300,000 kilometers. It barely clicks. As you can see, this is a very messy job. Now to remove this, some tools exist for this. Sometimes you have to do this with two persons, sometimes it does not come out at all. I hope it does on this occasion. I can do a lot of force on this shaft because it is not hollow. Some of them are, and you cannot do so much force on them. This one is, so you can. So let's try to bang it right over there on the spider. But as you are doing that, you are doing a force that is crooked in relationship to the shaft over here. So I will, with my hand, try to pull it on this opposed direction. If it is not possible, I have to try to hit it somewhere in some other way. Well, that was easy. So in these occasions, again, the play, it will be a worry, because maybe you have problems on the splines, maybe not. Maybe it's just the joint over here, because this is broken. Okay, that's why it was so easy. The ring is broken. The new boot set comes with a new clip, so no problems there. Before putting in the new ring, take advantage of that to put in the boot. This uses a plastic boot from factory, and this also is plastic. It is GKN from the factory, or the same. Now the snap ring. Sometimes this is not the best way to insert it. Now to put the new component in, as you are forcing this part down, you have to shrink down this clip over here in order to be able to insert it. Meanwhile, use a used nut to be able to hit it with a hammer. this play over here does not matter. Okay, what matters is this one. So a little bit is expected. Just a smidge because of the heating. As the metal heats, cannot be so tight. Now start to wobble it to be lubricated because it has grease on the inside. If it did not have the grease on the inside over here, you have to use more grease. So this side was easy because this is all one unit, right? Unlike the tripod side. I may have to borrow a pair of pliers for this. This side is nice, on this side it is not to my taste. Better. Now test it with the maximum leverage that you can. At the same time, this will lubricate better the mechanism. Now, while I'm waiting for answers on the other side, on the tripod side, I will get busy with the seal on the gearbox. Before that, just to give you here a perception of what's happening, I have most of the wear on this area over here down, and I can see if I push it all the way down, it has minimal play. As I push up and see the play, it starts to be worse and worse and worse. So I have here my confirmation that it's gone. It's gone. It's good. Gone. Now we have several ways of removing that. I will remove just with the lever. Well, I could remove the entire thing altogether. We have 4 bolts over there, but you have then to use RTV on the cars that do not have the O-ring. Some do, they have the O-ring on the inside, and other ones have the RTV, and I just don't want to mess with RTV right now. So I will remove here this part alone, because on some cars that is not detachable, so this tip will do for all mixing models. Okay, now this is, if I can, right, try not to scrape the outer shell, this one over here. Try only to do force on the seal itself. Make sure it is did not scrape, and it did not. This is perfect all around. Clean it with a cloth or something. I did use some oil on the lip of the seal, so the oil is over here on the lip, on the inner lip, and then when the transmission shaft goes in, it will be much smoother. Now to put this back in is a little bit strange because it has to go in just right, and you have to use a combination of something to put it in. This is the 41mm that I use on the Busso engines. It is excellent for this application. Make sure it is flush. On the top side over here has to go in a little bit more. I say it's good. Maybe over here on the left. Alright. And here we have it. A new part. An absolutely new part. Very well constructed, apparently. It is not painted, but it has a treatment. So, for warranty, I will not paint it. If anything happens, I do not want to mess with that. This one is completely bad, really. And this one, I already saw it on the tripod. It has no play whatsoever. I will leave you with the part numbers down on the description, okay? Well, a lot of times what happens with the rebuild drive shafts is you have paint over this area over here. This is not paint, this is ceramic paste, ceramic grease. Normally they do this to hide the fact that you have grooves on this area over here where the seal works. If you have drive shafts, rebuilt ones, and they are painted, don't trust it, okay? Not only you have to remove the paint in order to the seal to seal, it is indication that probably you have very large grooves on that area. I use this here because today is a little bit humid and I do not want any pitting like it is happening on this one already. Do not want any signs of rust. To insert it may be a little bit awkward because it has a very specific position. I mean the bearings have to be very well fitted into the grooves. The other one was very worn out, so it did enter no matter what. So now, as you can see, absolutely no play. Just a smidge because of the temperatures that this may reach. Now for this side, normally one bag is enough, and I have more if I need, but I think one is enough. This comes with 80 grams. Once again, I want to thank my parts store. It is a local one, not really local, but I do 20 kilometers or about, 15 miles to go there on purpose because they are flawless supplying me with parts. If they don't have it, nobody has. Now the next thing is to rotate here the boot in order to clock it with this upper part. I hope this grease is enough. 1/2 of a bag more. I'm feeling here is not enough. Too much is not recommended also, so beware of that. Now this is more like it. Okay, now the boot is in place. Hope you can see better. Now we have here the bearing. It works kind of over here on the height of my car, and I want my boot to be comfortable. Okay, and it is. If the lower part is like this, were to be like this, it's a little bit more squeegee, and I don't like that because the drive shaft will work like so because of the height of the car, and they start to rip apart on there. So if it will go on the lower side, as the transmission shaft is working like this, it tends not to be so aggressive, I believe. I will try like this because it is my car after all, and I report to you someday in the future, okay? Now just crimp it. This part you already saw on the other transmission shaft. Well, I like to align here all of the dimples, and I like to use this little thing in the position that it does not interfere with anything in case of the spinning of the drive shaft. So it spins on this direction over here, and if it catches on anything, it will not be a problem. Just to finalize here, a very cool feature on this original boots or original supplier, you have a breather hole right here. No, no, it is not a defect, and no, grease will not come out from here, okay? Just a breather hose because of this operation over here. I just figured out an utility for this. When I'm cleaning the gearboxes, when I disassemble the gearbox and I have the hole just open, instead of putting some rag or some plastic bag on it, I will take out here this clip and I will just insert this in place. And voila, it is sealed. It is now a tool. Very nice. Very nice. Don't forget that down on the description I have videos for the assembly of all of this. Don't want to repeat myself, and I do not want to bore you with this, okay? So I have videos for this, for brakes. I will replace these brake lines over here. I will do a lot of stuff here on the car, including the service, the normal service of the car. I do have videos for that, how to take out all of the oil of these engines, these multi-jet ones, how to properly replace the air filter, the cabin air filters, really a lot of stuff that can and will be useful for you. If you want to do some donations for the channel, down on the description I have links for that. If you want to do that, I really appreciate it too. So my channel keeps on growing and growing thanks to you guys, okay? I see you next time, guys. Bye!